Hello everybody, good evening. So I have two videos lined up actually, but the second one I'll probably be recording tomorrow, which I did a poll on my Instagram, and so far it looks like it's a resounding yes. I just received the first edition of the Mary L. Tarot, which is rare, out of print, and a extremely deep deck. So I will be doing a flip through and review of the deck on this channel. My plan is to record it tomorrow, so keeping my fingers crossed that I can make that happen. But today here we are going to have an energy check-in for the Twin Flame Collective. I really feel like Divine Feminines, you are going through a lot of emotions, but at the same time there's a sense of peace within you that you haven't felt in a long time. There's this sense of, I know I'm just processing emotions. I know that I need to release certain resentments or certain traumas and triggers. And you're working on that. You are evaluating yourself. You are analyzing what you truly want out of this twin flame connection situation. And you are truly staying in your power, even at, thoughts of things that would normally trigger you. Part of you is almost like wanting to, I don't want to say punish, but maybe that is the word, or somehow make your divine masculine feel what you felt. And it's coming from this place of, you were always home to your divine masculine. Like, you never triggered the pain in them that they triggered in you. They hurt in different ways just because they had realizations of having made the wrong choice, in karmic partnerships and not having chosen you in the past. For some of you, you may have reconciled, and then your divine masculine had somehow betrayed you again, and it is because of a past life pattern that they carried over into this life. There's really like a lot going on behind the scenes from what I am sensing. So I wanted to just kind of check in with the energies and see what other information we can get, any guidance or anything like that, whatever Spirit has to offer us. So you all can set your intentions for this reading. And definitely, if you are new here, welcome. Be sure that you are subscribed to this channel if you would like for me to be able to channel more specific messages for you and your situation. Subscribing and liking the video are virtual forms of energy transfer, and that does allow me to pick up on your energy more clearly. This is amazing, you guys. So I started with the Romance Angels. The first card out was Let Your Friends Help You. The second card is Religious Factors. Under the deck is Soulmate. Let your friends help you. This is interesting because I feel like for those of you who were in that situation that I discussed just earlier, that maybe you had reconciled with your person and they somehow betrayed you again, they don't know how to ask their friends or family for help anymore. When they initially did, everybody was kind of, this says religious factors, but it's not in that sense. I feel like just the story background had people believing that both counterparts were on such different pages that reconciliation would be extremely difficult. I think friends and family of the masculine were worried. What if the feminine decides to take revenge because of what he put her through? And are the masculine and the feminine truly on the same page? Or is the masculine setting himself up for heartbreak by wanting to reconcile with the feminine? And all of these are telltale signs of twin flame connections. This deck does not have a twin flame card, so I do take the soulmate card to mean twin flame for twin flame readings. But it seems like somewhere in between there had been a reconciliation, and then your person did something. Let's find out what they did. I'm going to the Moonology deck next, but I do get a sense of betrayal here. Yeah, what do you need to release? Okay, so it was for those twin flames that are in karmic situations. This what do you need to release card tells me that they had failed at releasing that karmic situation after the reconciliation. And it, with a new cycle, a new romantic cycle begins, new moon and Libra card at the bottom of the deck, I feel like I'm really getting like a strong manipulation energy here. It feels like this masculine was kind of manipulated into quote unquote reconciling with this karmic partner. And it somehow that news, that information that the masculine was hoping the feminine wouldn't find out because it wasn't a legitimate reconciliation with the other party, but for there's just a lot of manipulation energy. It feels like it was made to seem that way, or it hit the feminine that way when she found out, like something along those lines happened. And the feminine pulled her energy back again. Right underneath the card that I just pulled out is you and your loved ones are safe. So this tells me, this card at the bottom of the deck tells me that that reconciliation, quote unquote, truly was not legit. It was a spur of the moment stupid move for, lack of a better way to put it. And it just really threw the twin flame connection out of balance in a way. But at the top of the deck we have conclusions are within reach. So what I'm seeing is like a big mess of some sort is being cleaned up here. I'm seeing that this masculine is finally confronting his fears, is finally saying, like the reality of what happened with that pseudo reconciliation hit this masculine like a tower moment of, what that choice or what that move, not at all thought out move that they made, what the long-term ramifications are of that. And I'm hearing a divine masculine step in to say that he's shaken. And it definitely did shake this masculine to the core, because whatever it was, this stunt pulled by the karmic, it reached not just the divine feminine, but it reached the masculine's family. It reached the karmic's own family and friends and potentially even co-workers, and it's just a really giant mess. Yeah, there you go. The Tower with the Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That move that the masculine made, it really shook him to the core when he realized what would begin to manifest as a result of that. The ship that he was waiting for to come in, which is union with his feminine, had all of a sudden turned into WTF just happened here? What did I do? What did I say? How did I restart this cycle that I thought I was looking for a way out of? We have the World card at the bottom of the deck, which talks about cycle completion, growth, expansion. Well, this Tower moment that happened is actually a divine blessing in disguise. To, in all complete honesty, as horrible as it felt and as crazy strange as this energy seems to me, it really feels like the masculine needed that realization because he had been stuck in indecisiveness for so long. And this is actually what truly brought this third party's toxicity to the forefront and made the masculine realize a little bit deeper about all of the manipulation that had been going on all this time. The divine feminine had been nurturing. Look at all these queens, you guys. Divine feminine, it was sexy, attractive, fun, always there for the masculine. I mean, I'm hearing literally always there for me. I'm hearing a masculine say that. And I feel it in the feminine's energy that she was truly his biggest support system without even being in his life completely present, you know, like as in an established relationship status or anything like that. But yet she is the one that the masculine feels like he can count on, that he will trust more than anything. And his stupid move for holding on too tight to the past that needed to be let go, he created this mess. He literally created this mess. He, you know, this was truly deception on a lot of levels. It was, even though it was manipulated by the karmic partner, it was also manipulation of the karmic partner in a way, because that karmic partner was kind of made to believe that the masculine was wanting to work things out with them when they weren't. And after the tower moment hit, I'm getting a lot of social media stalking vibes, you guys. I'm getting that the fights between the karmic and the masculine continued, escalated, just everything got worse. Like I said earlier, big mess being cleaned up. And the masculine now really lost face and created a bigger mess for himself by trying to save face with friends and family. And oh my God, guys, whoever's energy this is just beyond words. I'm like literally running out of what words I should even say. But that left out in the cold energy was really there. It's like for a moment that history had repeated itself. But that is what was needed to bring that cycle to a close. That heartbreak actually led to a much deeper healing. And with the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck, what I really see is that this masculine's emotional immaturity is what created this mess in the first place. But with the Wheel of Fortune right under that, it's like that was divine intervention to push him to grow in order to fully align with the divine feminine in her Empress energy. I feel like without having made that deceptive mistake, the divine masculine's growth rate would not have expedited at the rate that it did. This masculine, I'm seeing the Hanged Man tarot card in my third eye a lot, and I feel like this masculine had just been in this stuck energy for so long that it had, you know, he kind of had become comfortable in his discomfort and was afraid of leaving that comfort zone. And that's what was keeping him stuck longer. It was the illusion of stability in his life with the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, right? He thought he was holding on to some sense of stability in his life, but what that felt like is a burden. It felt like a burden to this masculine. And I think that feeling reinforced itself after this tower moment happened, and that's when reality I'm hearing my guides say slapped the masculine in his face. Yeah, it probably did. It probably really slapped him in his face. That is truly what it feels like. So let's have a look, Divine Feminine. What is in the cards for you? What messages does Spirit have for you? The High Priestess. On some level, Divine Feminine, if you're resonating with this message, you know why everything happened. You see the bigger picture, the divine reason behind it. There's really nothing hidden from you. The fact that this High Priestess is looking into her crystal ball tells me that this feminine had full view, full vision of the entire bigger picture, that even though it felt bad, it did not rattle you, Divine Feminine. It actually just kind of made you feel sorry for the masculine, like, I pity you. I really am hearing a Divine Feminine saying, I pity you. And just stepping back into her power, pulling her energy back and saying, I know you're miserable. Like, I refuse to worry about this situation when I know how miserable you are. And my guides are telling me constantly, you are going to get out of that situation, because we all know that ain't gonna go anywhere. Like, that is not gonna last. Like, that ain't gonna last. No way. It can't. It's just simply impossible. We have the Sun in the reverse position. Yes, this masculine and the feminine both, actually, the unhealed parts of them were triggered, but the triggering was much more severe in the masculine, especially since the Sun is known to be a masculine energy. It's really giving that the unhealed portions of the party that was triggered the most is the masculine party. Was the feminine scared? Yes, she was. But at the same time, in her High Priestess energy, even while being anxious, she knew. But at the same time, she worried. See how in this Two of Swords, it's either hit or miss, right? The situation had become so precarious between these counterparts that what the Divine Feminine was truly worried about was, what's going to be my outcome now? What is going to happen to me? What is going to happen with me amidst all of this? Like, you know, where is my union going if it's even still in the cards for me, right? That's what Divine Feminine was worried about. And I feel like Divine Feminine is actually still very much worried about potential outcomes, about, you know, things shifting suddenly, because literally nobody saw that coming, right? That was a curveball that nobody saw coming. How could you, when somebody is so miserable in a situation and they're constantly making plans to get out, just feeling stuck, not knowing how to get out, but they want to get out? Who would expect that a person would make such a ridiculous decision like that? But with the Wheel of Fortune in the cards, we can see that that was done for the sake of deeper healing, right? In the previous deck, we saw the Wheel of Fortune. And the Star card here really represents balance, healing, stepping into your power, shining your light, not dimming your light. And those are the things that the masculine and feminine both are gaining from this experience. And while it's extremely uncomfortable and scary at times, just because it's hard to remain optimistic about the future when the present does not look promising, because you saw when the present really did look promising, you know, it was it was a twist in the plot that you didn't quite expect. Here we got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse position. There was a period of impatience in you, Divine Feminine, where you're like, I cannot just keep grounding and meditating and hoping that everything is going to fall into place, because am I deluding myself? there was this level of heartbreak, right? The divine feminine asking, what am I holding on to? What is even real? Maybe I've just been deluding myself this whole time. Maybe everything is just a lie. Maybe it's all in my head. And, you know, what's the next thing that I'm going to see? Like, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune here and the Chariot, and this Chariot specifically with, you know, this way or that way, not knowing which way to go. The divine feminine, I see you wondering, which way is this story going to go? Like, I see the wheel of time turning, but what is it bringing? Like, what direction are we turning here? Around that, divine feminine, yes, you definitely had a lot of anxiety. But then again, in your high priestess energy, when you grounded yourself enough, when you tuned back into your own intuition enough, you were able to see the bigger picture, that in order for you to have this new beginning, in order for you to have this breakthrough, that had to happen. That Page of Cups had to grow up and turn into the King of Cups, right? That Page of Cups that we saw earlier, the emotional immaturity card from earlier, that's the only way sometimes you learn not to play with fire, is when you get burnt by it, right? And it seems like for the masculine, that's what he needed to experience. He needed to get burned by that fire in order to put it out for good. Queen of Pentacles. Let's get some clarification. What about this Queen of Pentacles? We have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. I'll take it just because I saw the card. What's going on? Knight of Swords. There we go. Okay. So Queen of Pentacles here represents that karmic feminine energy with the Hierophant and the Knight of Swords. This was like a hasty reconciliation, right? Like we saw earlier, that this was something that the karmic party probably manipulated into, pressured into. For some, it might have even been like one of those moves that the masculine made when he was intoxicated and just was not fully present mentally. Either way, with the Hierophant, I'm getting that prior to this Tower moment, the karmic relationship had already ended. But it seems like the karmic feminine, after this incident, was then back under the impression that the relationship was existent again somehow. But with the Knight of Swords, that tells me that that was not the masculine's intention. It was just something that, you know, he did impulsively. No planning, no thinking it through, just being very hasty, emotionally immature, and like jump into the fire from the frying pan type of move. Yeah, this is really interesting energy. But here we go. Then what do we have with the King of Cups? How did this King of Cups grow up? Like, what made that come about? This hermit mode. Why did this masculine go in hermit mode? Conflict, confusion. What the heck just happened? Stunned energy, right? But here with the Justice card, it's like he was kind of reaping karma, and that karma was to help him grow, was to help him mature. And with the Ten of Swords here at the bottom of the deck, it's like that is what was needed to bring the completion. He needed to hit complete rock bottom in order to rise up again. He just had to. It doesn't make sense, but sometimes that's what it takes, right? Like I said, sometimes some people have to get burned by the fire in order to learn not to play with it. But the good news is, Divine Feminine, from here, things are really going to feel like they're moving forward rather quickly. You may not see a lot of things coming. I do feel like there are a lot of surprises here behind the scenes. You're not supposed to see a lot of things coming. Seven of Swords here is telling me like this is going to sneak up on you. Like you're going to be processing your emotions, going about your day-to-day, and the next thing you know, your masculine shows up, offers you first his friendship, and then the world, and then after that is Ace of Wands, a spark, a new beginning, something that you really weren't expecting. Maybe you're getting a little bit of mixed signals from this person, or you will be, and you're going to be in this Eight of Swords energy, overthinking like, are we making progress? Are we just friends? Like, what is happening here? But I do feel like you're going to gain that clarity after you reconnect for a little while, that yes, you actually are moving forwards with your divine masculine, and everything that you had manifested is now coming to fruition. Your divine masculine is now taking the lead in this connection, which is something that needed to happen from the get-go. Divine feminine, I feel like you were in that energy of, well, I need to push him to make some sort of movement, but there was a lot behind the scenes that you probably didn't know, couldn't see, didn't realize that you couldn't push this masculine into action because there was some hidden karma to be cleared before your union could take place. And that's why this curveball of a Tower moment appeared between you both, because that was truly, it was not meant to be seen coming. It was in order to highlight for the masculine his own emotional immaturity, his need to grow up and think things through much more clearly. Whew, that was a lot, actually. Wow, that energy just left me feeling so drained and tired. Both masculine and feminine are just exhausted from this chaos. I mean, really, it feels like chaos. I can hardly get my words out. I feel like my tongue is falling asleep. But I was just randomly shuffling, and here we have the Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck, confirming that, yes, the masculine is feeling nostalgic. You know, he's keeping an eye on his divine feminine, probably from a distance for now, and just slowly working towards that opportunity to make his way back in again. So I'm going to wrap up this reading right here because it is very exhausting. But I do think that that was the extent of the message that probably needed to come out. So I do hope you all enjoyed this. Thank you for joining me here. I hope those who will resonate with this will find this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you would like to see more content from me, more full-length twin flame readings, deck reviews, flip-throughs, and if you would like for me to channel some form of specific message for you and your situation. And don't forget to like the video to send me your energy as well. All right, you guys, I will talk to you again in the next reading video. In the video description box are my TikTok and Instagram handles. Come on over and join me there if you like. There's different content on all my platforms, and Instagram is the place to purchase paid readings and services from me. So I have a highlight called Services that has all the readings I offer, the prices, and instructions on how to book. So you do not need to ask me if you can book. Just go ahead and book whatever it is you like. And my turnaround time is 3 to 7 days. All right, you guys, take care. I will talk to you later.